Okay, so today we will see under filters. So we have discussed about all the things except like cascading filters, and we will see context filters later. So we'll see cascading filters. So cascading filters can be achieved by using only relevant values option. So we will see where we can see this relevant values option and all those. Okay. So I'm just going to Tableau. Just so what is the meaning of relevant values means? So for example, assume that I will be taking a region here. Okay. So earlier we have created hierarchies, right? So to demonstrate this, what we have to do is um, we have to remove the first hierarchies. So why? Because if we have hierarchies, then I can't demonstrate this one. So let's remove the hierarchy one. So go to hierarchy option, just remove from hierarchy. Okay. Remove hierarchy, we can say. Okay. So first drag the region into the row shelf. So we have four regions: central, east, south, and west. Now let's drag the state into row shelf. Now you see, uh, for different regions we have different states. Okay, for east central we have different states. For east we have different states like that. Now I want to show region as a filter. So just click on the show filter option and also click on the show filter option for state also. See, you can bring these region filters up also here. So just hold your mouse and just drag it to first place. Now you see when the user is selecting central region, for example. So when the user select central region in here, we can see only central region states only here in the sheet. Similarly, we have to see only central region states only in the filter also. Okay, so when we select central region, we have to see corresponding states in the sheet, also corresponding states in the filter also. Okay, now let's see it is showing the same or not. So first unselect all and select central region. Okay, now we see in the sheet I can see corresponding states only from the central region. But if you see in the filter, right, the filter is showing all values, all states. So the filter showing central region states, it is showing east region states, it is showing west region states, and all region states it is showing actually. But my requirement is when I select a central region, I have to show only central region states in the this state filter also. So that is called showing the corresponding values or showing only relevant values. So I want to show only states which are relevant to selected region in the region filter. So for that, simply click on the state drop down. We have one option here which is called only relevant values option. When you select all values in the database, so this state will show all the states without depending upon the other filter selections. But if you select only relevant values option here, it will show only relevant values that are corresponding to the selected regions in the other filter. Okay. So just click on this drop down, click on the show only relevant values option. Now you see, I can see only now central region states in the other filter also. So this is called cascading filter. Cascading filters means other filters should show the corresponding values based on the other filter selections. So all the filters should show only corresponding values based on the other filter selections. Okay, what is the advantage of this one in the real time? For example, assume that I am a person. I am the customer, like CEO or like manager. So I don't know which regions are coming under which state. Which region is coming under which state, I don't know. So because of that reason, if I select central region, then I want to select corresponding states. So I can easily select the corresponding states only from the filter shelf if I have only relevant values. If I don't have with the only relevant values and if I have all values in the database, then what I may get confused actually. Okay, here I have selected central region, and as a user, I can confuse. I may be in confusion that okay, all the states which I see under other filters are corresponding to this central region only. So if a person don't know that which states are coming under central region, which states are coming under east region like that, right? So he may get confused that maybe which thing he has to select. For example, I don't know, right, which region which state is coming under which region. So now I can select here, unselect all values, and I can select lower here. Maybe I can select Michigan here. Okay, maybe these are coming under that one. Okay, maybe yeah. Now you see, if I select Nevada, I don't show that it is not showing in the sheet here. Now the user is getting confused that okay, I selected central region and it should be under central region. He may think like that. So the user will be getting confused which are relevant values for this central region. So that's why we have to select in the real time. Most of the cases, we will be selecting only relevant values option. So we have built a few dashboards, right? So you have to compulsory make sure that in the real time we will be using compulsory this option for each and every filter, not only a single filter. If you go for customer name, you see only relevant values option, and if you go for region, you see only relevant values option. If you see category here, you can see only relevant values option. So whatever the filter we will be having in the dashboards in the real time, most of the time we will be compulsory using this option. Okay, so that is about cascading filters. So let me repeat one more time. Cascading filters means other filters should show the corresponding values based on the selection in the other filters. Like for example, when I select a central region state, state filter should show only corresponding states. Okay, so this is how you have to answer in the interviews. Same thing you can repeat in the interviews. Now we have one more concept I can say is like if you go for filters, so if you drop down a filter, right, then we can see other options also like you can see that here global filter and all those. So you will be having apply to worksheet option, right? Under apply to worksheets option, I can see only this worksheet. Only this worksheet I have. We have seen this one, and we have seen selected worksheet option also, like how to apply the filter for multiple worksheets. Today we will see what is global filter. Global filter is nothing but applying the filter to all the worksheets which are created from that data source. So first we'll see that one. Second, we will see using related data sources option. Maybe here we may get confused in the document, but if you go to Tableau, okay. So first let me create two sheets. We have already created this central sheet and all this, right? So now let me create sheet 23. Okay, now I have a requirement like this. So okay, so I want to apply this central, okay, so you see, just go to sheet 23 and just drag the category into the row shelf and sales into the text here. You see, if I create this sheet 23, I don't have anything in the filter shelf, right? But just go to sheet 22. Now what is my requirement is, whatever the sheet I will create in future, or whatever the sheets I have created till now whatever the sheets I have created, for all these sheets, I want region as a filter by default automatically in the filter shelf. For all these sheets, I want to apply region as a filter. So that is nothing but global. That means this region filter should be applicable for all the sheets which are created from this particular data source. So in that case, I can use, just go to this filter drop down. You can do this in the uh, dashboard itself, or you can do in the sheet itself also. Go to apply to worksheet option. We have already seen only this worksheet and selected worksheets, right? Now we will see, just click on the all using this data source. All using this data source means this, now this, when you apply this option, you can see this single cylinder symbol. So this single cylinder symbol means we have this filter is, this region filter is acting as a global filter, or for this particular filter we have selected option like all using this data source option. So when you select this one, this is a global filter. Now this will be applicable for all the sheets which are created from this particular data source. Now go to sheet 23. You can see that sheet 23, in this field, in this sheet also I can see this filter. Now go to any sheet which is created from this particular data source. Go to sheet 12. Now you see, I can see the region filter here with the globe symbol, single cylinder symbol. This is a global filter. It will be applicable for all the sheets which are created from this particular data source. So you can easily identify this particular customer name is their rate. This is applicable for only this sheet only. How to identify that? Simple. For customer name, you don't see any symbol here. Okay. For example, assume that this customer name is applicable for, you see, only this worksheet. Just assume that, just apply this filter for other worksheets also, for example. See, for example, if you apply this filter for other worksheet like sheet 10 also. Okay. Now what will happen? This filter is applicable for multiple worksheets, right? In that case, you can see the symbol like this. Sheet symbol you can see here. And when you see this globe symbol means it is applicable for all using the related, all using this data source option. Now, in the same way, we have one more option here, which is called all using related data sources option. So to apply this option, like we should have multiple data sources, more than one data source we should have. So as of now, I have only one data source here, data source one. So now let me connect to the other data source. If you want to connect to the other data source, simply go to data option, click on the new data source option. So here we have already connected to sample superstore, right? Now let's connect to world indicators, other data source. You can connect to any data source. Also for practice purpose, they have given world indicators here. Yes, just connect to that one. Now you see when you connect to that data source, now I can see that data source here. Okay, now I have two data sources, one data source and second data source. Now you see sheet 23 is created from order sample superstore data. How to identify that this sheet is created from this data source? Very simple. If you open this sheet, you can see this blue color tick mark here. So blue color tick mark means this sheet is created from this particular data source. Now go to sheet 24. Let's select the world indicators data set. search for region and drag the region into the row shelf here. And you can drag sales also. So let me show you a different example category. We don't have any category here. Maybe states. Okay, okay. And so for that we should have a common filter here actually. Region we have. Okay, let me tell you for example. Just let me tell you for example only. Just try the cat. Okay, so just for example, only I'm telling, right? Okay, no problem. So in the sheet 23, I have let's drag in the sheet 23 also region. So you can have any dimensions in the row shelf or column shelf. Just concept wise, I'm telling. So you can select all regions for now. So sheet 23 is created from the first data source. Sheet 24 is created from the second data source. And we have different regions in the each data source. Go to a dashboard set, just select a new dashboard and drag these two sheets into the dashboard. Now from the sheet 24, under filters, select a region filter. So this filter is coming from this sheet 23 and sheet 23 is created from data source 1. Sheet 24 is created from data source 2. Okay. Now when you select central region, this this is applicable only for sheet 23 only. There is no effect in the sheet 24. Why? Because these two are from different data sources. So when you have sheets which are created from different data sources, then we have to apply that filter. So just go to apply to worksheet option. Just simply click on the all using this rated data sources option. Now, when you click on that option, now you see this filter will be applicable for all the sheets which are created from multiple data sources. Now you see I don't see anything in the sheet 24. Why? Because in this data source, I don't have central region here. So like that, we can use this option. Just remember for this option for now. Only one condition what we have to make sure is as this region filter is applicable for this sheet also, and this sheet is created from sheet data source 2, right? Go to that sheet. The only thing here is in this data source, if a particular filter is should be applicable for all the data sources, right? Then what is the condition is in this data source, we have region, right? The same name we should have in the other data source also. In this data source also, we should have only region name only we should have. So the name should be same between the different data sources. If you have a different name here, like instead of region, if you have regions, right? The name is not matching. Here we have regions and there we have region. So the name also should be matching. Otherwise that filter will not applicable. So as I change the name now, now go to dashboard 3. Now you see this regions is not applicable for this data source now. Why? Because the field name is different in this data source and in this data source. So hope you understand this one. So very simple thing, like just practice for multiple times. Try to understand this. Just watch the video maybe again and again and just okay. So this is about this today class. Anyone have any other question? I think under filters we have to discuss only an important topic, which is called cascading context filters. So to discuss about context filters, first we should understand what is the meaning of order of filters. So tomorrow we will discuss what is order of filters, and with an example we will be explaining context filter. So what are the examples I will explain you in the class? Same examples try to deliver in the interviews also. So